Hey! Konnichiwa ninjas, and welcome to your Week in Geek recap for Sunday, January 4th, 2015. Holy crap, it's 2015 already, guys. Happy New Year to you. Hope you had a safe and great holiday. My name is, of course, Sean Caspian. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, fave, and subscribe if you dig today's video. And now, without further ado, let's check in and see what happened this week in that geeky world of ours, shall we? Marvel, you guys are a bunch of sly dogs. You guys are. You just a bunch of sly dogs. They know that the majority of us geeky folk out there have our reservations about the Ant-Man film. So what do? They release Guardians of the Galaxy before they release Ant-Man because they knew it was going to be spectacular and awesome and one of the best movies they've ever done. So now our faith in Marvel is almost unshakable. But there are those of us who haven't hopped on the Ant-Man hype train just yet. So what do next? They release an ant-sized teaser trailer. Yeah, really, they did that. If you didn't know already, go check it out. Link to that in the description down below. So now we say, boy, I just gotta see more. I gotta know what this whole thing is about. I mean, the trailer is like literally this big. So this past week, we finally got a full human-sized teaser trailer of the film. And it actually looks pretty good, I have to say. I've still got my reservations. Check it out. What you think? Doesn't look too bad, does it? Well, we're also going to get a full human-sized full trailer premiering this Tuesday alongside Agent Carter. So be sure and check that out and let me know what you think. Are you excited about Ant-Man, or is this truly going to be Marvel's first flop? And in gaming news this week, we finally found out who the next character to join the Killer Instinct roster is going to be, and that's going to be Omen, Herald of Gargos. His playstyle is supposedly going to be a hybrid of both Jago and Shadow Jago, so that should be pretty cool. But unfortunately, you do have to be a Season 2 pack owner just to play it, so sorry guys. You know, I haven't hopped on the next-gen console bandwagon just yet, and I'm not really sure if I'm going to buy an Xbox One or a PS4. Both have their merits, and I gotta say, Killer Instinct was one of my very favorite arcade games back in the day, so I'm curious if any of you guys out there have had a chance to try it on Xbox One, and if that might be a deciding factor on which console I pick up first. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below. Give me your comments or I'll die! Good tea. And in other gaming news, the official website for Black Mesa Source has recently sent out a distress signal. Very, very interesting. For those of you who don't know, Black Mesa Source is basically a remake of the original Half-Life game, one of the most popular computer games ever in the history of computer games, period. They redid some of the levels, overhauled the graphics, and even added some new voice acting, and then released it to the public. Unfortunately, the game was never completely finished upon release. So now if you head over to bmrf.us, which stands for Black Mesa Research Facility, you get basically a distress signal similar to the ones you might see on television if there was some severe weather like a tornado or a hurricane or something. The message advises listeners to stay away from Black Mesa due to a disaster of unknown type. It is speculated that the only reason for doing this is that A, we are under invasion and you really should stay away from Black Mesa, or the game is finally going to be finished and re-released to the public. I hope it's the latter. And now for a little segment I like to call Geeky Rants, where I talk about a controversial subject in our geeky world. This week I'm going to address the subject of fake geek girls. Okay, first off, I want to go on record as saying that I do not believe that fake geek girls even exist. I think the whole idea itself is just plainly absurd. I mean, why would somebody go through all of that trouble just to be part of a group that they don't really even have any interest in? I mean, picture this. You're a lady and you're sitting at home and you says to yourself, well, boy, I really could use a social group to belong to. I need some place to feel like I fit in. So you know what? I'm gonna go join this group group of geeks over here who, in my stereotypical mind, is a group of social outcasts to begin with. Not only that, it's absurdly hard and expensive to really get myself into this. I'm going to spend $150 on the upcoming convention pass that I need to get. I'm going to spend 40 hours on my costume that I'm going to build just so that I can look cool and, you know, have some people take some pictures of me at this convention, but I'm still a fake geek girl. And I'm also going to spend the last little bit of free time I have, which happens to be a Friday night, heading to a Friday night magic tournament so that I can know more about the character that I am trying to portray. Does that sound like anybody who is faking their way through it to you? I mean, that is absurd. That is just a stupid notion. Okay, next up, I want to call out anybody who is even using the definition of fake geek girl, and I'm going to tell you that you are being a bully. I mean, there was a time when yourself and myself didn't know as much as we currently know about the subjects we love. We picked up our first comic book at one point. We watched our first episode of Star Trek at one point, and we logged into WoW for the very first time at another. You know, guys, there was a first time for all of that, and you know what happened to us when we did? You know what happened to us when we wanted to read instead of play football? You know what happened to us when we got A's on our tests, when we were interested in Star Trek, when we liked video games? We got picked on, we got bullied, we had snowballs thrown at us when we tried to get on the bus. We were pushed around, nobody liked us. Now that geek culture is becoming acceptable and more mainstream, we're kind of becoming the cool people these days, you know? It's not cool if you haven't seen the latest Marvel movie. It's not cool if you haven't ever played WoW or don't own an Xbox, you know? But time was when that wasn't the case and we were being picked on. Does that sound anything at all like what we're doing to these ladies for getting interested in these subjects in the first place and picking up their first comic book? I mean, heaven forbid that they should do that and we should make them feel exiled and less than somehow. I mean, guys, haven't we all gone through that at some point in our lives? It's just not right. Guys, do not be a damned bully. Okay, so let's say for a second that I'm wrong and fake geek girls do somehow exist, even though that's like the most mundane, idiotic idea I've ever heard. Let's say that they do exist. Who cares? You know what it amounts to, guys? It amounts to more people being interested in the subject matter that we are also passionate about. I mean, what do we have to be scared of as guys? Do we really have to prove our manhood by always being better at video games than our girlfriends and sisters? Do we have to prove our manhood by knowing, you know, who tutored Jaina Proudmore or who Jaina Proudmore even is? Does any of that actually matter? I really don't think so. I mean, what the heck do we have to be scared of? Are we gonna somehow lose our manhood if the ladies come join us? Guys, I want the ladies to join us. I want ladies to be a part of this. I mean, you know, they're gorgeous, they're fun, they're intelligent, and you know what? Good on ya if you can kick my butt at Call of Duty. Good on ya if you're better at Hearthstone, or if you know more about Marvel than I do because I only saw the movie and you've been reading the comics for years. You know, maybe, just maybe, all these ladies out there are actually more geeky than we are. Maybe we're the fake geeks, guys. Maybe we only know what we know up front because we saw the latest Marvel movie and we haven't been paying attention to the comics for the last friggin' 15 years like some of these ladies have. Because I know a lot of knowledgeable ladies out there. I know a couple in particular that would absolutely school me at just about all of the above. That doesn't make me any less of a geek or any less passionate about what I do just because they're better or more knowledgeable at it. I mean, more power to them if they are. I would rather have the whole of society embrace geekery, guys. I mean, that's what's gonna keep it going, you know? There has to be some oomph behind it these days to keep it going. We've gotta have the people there. We've gotta have the guys and the ladies. We need everybody at these conventions. We need us all coming together as a community and supporting and loving each other and keeping this train going. We live in a fantastic time where all of this is actually happening, and I fully 110% support every lady who ever picks up her first comic book, every guy who picks up his first comic book, or visits their first magic tournament, or goes to their first convention. You know, in my eyes, if you're a guy, if you're a gal, you are a human being who is passionate about something, and I love you just that much more for it. So guys, support each other, love each other, don't be a damned bully, and let's bring everybody into the fold. And rant. And of course, what would a Week in Geek update be without a featured cosplayer of the week? This week we are featuring the lovely, talented, and amazing Alexia Jean Grey. Alexia is a really special cosplayer. She's one of those people that when you see her in costume, you swear you are seeing the real life version of that character. There's something special with the way she does it, just the attention to detail and all of the things that make the character come to life. Interesting little tidbit about Alexia, she also used to make geeky themed shoes for the ladies, but has since had to get out of that because her cosplay has seriously taken off. Still really cool little tidbit about her, and just one more thing that makes her a true geek. Links, of course, to all of her cosplay pages in the description down below. Be sure to head over and send her some love, would you? And there you have it, your Week in Geek update for Sunday, January 4th, 2015. Oh my God, it's 2015. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I love each and every one of you. And just so that you know, coming up this year, we've got some changes to programming on the horizon. I'll be making some announcements and letting you know a little bit more about that as I have the info. Be looking for that on the horizon here real soon. Some changes to the programming on the channel, some exciting stuff coming down the pipes. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is, of course, Sean Caspian. I love each and every one of you, and please remember that we are geek. Until next time, arigato, agushmista.